We chase immortality. We envision minds uploaded to silicon, pure thought dancing across cosmic networks, outliving stars, unbound by flesh, a digital consciousness, eternal. But what if I told you that every single flicker of awareness, every solitary thought carries an invisible, devastating price, a cosmic tax written into the deepest laws of reality, a price so profound that one day the entire universe will simply run out of the energy to pay it? What if the ultimate end isn't just for galaxies and stars, but for the very possibility of thought itself forever? You believe your thoughts are yours? Free, ethereal whispers in the dark theater of your mind? A profound illusion. The cosmos, my friends, is a meticulous, merciless accountant, and every single flicker of awareness, every solitary thought, every bit of information processed carries an invisible, devastating price, a cosmic tax written into the deepest, most unforgiving laws of reality. This isn't abstract philosophy, a distant theory. This is the bedrock of existence, a truth so chilling it will shatter your notions of immortality and force you to confront the universe's ultimate, inescapable deadline. For decades, we've glorified computation, the endless dance of ones and zeros, believing it to be the ultimate escape, the path to eternal consciousness. But a brilliant, somewhat unassuming mind named Rolf Landauer, back in the 1960s, dared to ask a forbidden question. He wasn't building faster chips or grander algorithms. He was dissecting the very soul of logic, peering into the fundamental act of information processing itself. And what he unearthed was a secret the universe had held close for billions of years, a truth so radical it was initially dismissed as academic esoterica, the Landauer principle, a name now whispered with a growing sense of dread among those who truly understand its implications. It sounds deceptively simple, doesn't it? Just a dry scientific term. But this principle is a cosmic guillotine, poised over the future of all consciousness, all computation. It dictates this: to erase a single solitary bit of information, to flip a 1 to a 0, to forget a memory, to clear a computational register, to make a choice that irrevocably discards an alternative. You must dissipate a minimum irreducible amount of energy into heat, always, without exception. This isn't about inefficient hardware or sloppy programming. This is the universe's fundamental non-negotiable law against free lunches for information. It's a universal toll booth on the highway of thought, and it always collects. Imagine your brain, that glorious buzzing marvel. It's not just passively storing data, it's a furious, churning maelstrom of processing, a constant cycle of creation and destruction. New thoughts overwrite old ones. Decisions are made by discarding countless alternative possibilities. Memories are refined. Others are gently, irrevocably forgotten. Every single act of forgetting, every discarded notion, every choice that narrows potential futures, demands its payment. It's like a colossal cosmic shredder, and every scrap of information you throw away, every redundant calculation, every discarded neuron connection generates a tiny, unavoidable puff of heat. That heat is energy, forever lost, forever unavailable for future work. The universe charges for the very act of thinking, for the very act of being conscious. This isn't some obscure rule for supercomputers or theoretical quantum machines. This applies to every neuron firing in your biological brain, to every hypothetical digital consciousness uploaded to the cloud, to any system, biological or artificial, that processes information. Consciousness at its most fundamental is an exquisitely complex, self-organizing computation. It's a wild, vibrant dance of information, a symphony of awareness. And every step of that dance, every note of that symphony, every moment of awareness demands an energetic toll. Even the simplest act of perception, the most fleeting sensation, the faint whisper of a dream, it's a tiny, irreversible expenditure of the universe's finite energetic spark. The Landauer principle isn't just a curiosity. It reveals the ultimate, unseen cost of existence itself, a relentless drain on the cosmic reserves. And here is where the cosmic horror truly begins to set in. The universe is a closed system. Its free energy is not infinite. It is a vast cosmic battery, slowly, inexorably discharging. Every star that ignites, every galaxy that whirls, every single thought that flickers into existence drains a tiny, irreplaceable bit of that finite cosmic power. The Landauer principle is the cosmic accountant's final, chilling verdict. A universe that runs on thought is a universe that is constantly, irrevocably running down. It's an information processing machine with a finite fuel supply. And when the well runs dry, when the cosmic battery finally flatlines, when the last usable energy is gone, the thought, no matter how grand, no matter how complex, no matter how desperately it clings to existence, simply stops forever. This isn't a theoretical if, this is the when, and it's coming. So, we've established the cosmic tax, the Landauer principle, a fundamental energy price tag on every single bit of information. Now let's talk about the universe's ultimate storage capacity, its cosmic hard drive limit, and the horrifying inevitability of its final, silent collapse. This isn't a gentle fade, my friends. This is the universe, a magnificent, intricate clockwork, slowly, inexorably winding down to absolute zero, where even the concept of a tick becomes an impossibility. Meet Jacob Bekenstein, a brilliant, audacious physicist who, in the 1970s, dared to ask another dangerous question. What is the absolute maximum amount of information you can cram into a given region of space? Forget hard drives or quantum computers. Bekenstein was thinking about the universe itself, about black holes, those cosmic monsters that devour everything, even light. And what he discovered, building on the revolutionary work of Stephen Hawking, was the Bekenstein bound. This isn't just a theoretical limit, it's a physical law, as fundamental as gravity itself. It states that the maximum amount of information that can be contained within a finite region of space is directly proportional to the area of its boundary, its surface, not its volume. Think of it like this: your entire universe with all its galaxies, stars, planets, and potential consciousnesses isn't a three-dimensional book where you can endlessly add pages. It's a cosmic credit card. No matter how much you try to cram onto it, the amount of information it can hold is limited by the surface area of the card itself. It's a flat, two-dimensional limit on a seemingly three-dimensional reality. And for black holes, the densest objects in the universe, the Bekenstein bound means their event horizons, those points of no return, are literally the surfaces where all the information of what fell in is encoded. The black hole isn't just a gravitational well, it's the universe's ultimate, perfectly efficient data storage device, its memory etched onto its boundary. But here's the terrifying twist: the Bekenstein bound doesn't just apply to black holes. It applies to any region of space, including our entire observable universe. Our cosmos has a finite boundary, a cosmic horizon, beyond which light has not yet had time to reach us. This means our universe, too, has a finite information capacity. We're not just bounded by energy for computation, we're bounded by the sheer space to store the results of those computations. It's like having the world's most powerful supercomputer, but only a postage stamp-sized hard drive. Now combine this with the ultimate chilling fate of the universe: heat death. Imagine a cosmic game of billiards. Every collision, every interaction, every star burning, every thought processed pushes the universe closer to a state of maximum entropy. Entropy, my friends, is the universe's insatiable hunger for disorder, for uniformity. It's the tendency for everything to spread out, to cool down, to even out. Right now, our universe is a vibrant, dynamic place because there are hot spots, stars, galaxies, and cold spots, the vast emptiness between them. There are gradients, differences in temperature and pressure, and these differences are the engines that drive everything from stellar fusion to biological life to conscious thought. But in the distant, unimaginable future, billions upon billions of years from now, the universe will reach its maximum entropy. All the stars will have burned out, all black holes will have evaporated, every last particle will be spread out uniformly, thinly, and at a temperature infinitesimally close to absolute zero. There will be no hot, no cold, no high pressure, no low pressure, no gradients, no differences, just a vast, featureless, perfectly uniform, cosmic soup of diluted, inert particles, This is the heat death. It's not a violent explosion or a dramatic collapse. It's something far more terrifying, a slow, gentle, eternal silence. And here's why it's the ultimate executioner of consciousness. Without temperature gradients, without differences in energy, there is no free energy. And without free energy, you cannot do work. And what is computation? What is thought? At its most fundamental level, it is work, chi. It is the physical process of manipulating information, of flipping those bits, of erasing those memories. And as we learned from Landauer, that requires energy. In a universe at heat death, there will be no free energy to power even a single elementary logical operation. Not one bit can be flipped. Not one memory can be stored or retrieved. Not one thought can be formed. The cosmic battery will be utterly, irrevocably drained. The universe will have reached its final, unyielding equilibrium. This isn't just the death of civilizations or species or planets. This is the death of possibility, the death of information processing, the death of the very conditions required for thought to exist. Imagine a library where every single book has been burned to ash, and then those ashes have been perfectly, uniformly spread across the entire floor. There is no information left. No distinction, no structure, only inert, featureless uniformity. That is the fate of all consciousness in the heat-death universe. The silence will be absolute, eternal, and devoid of even the faintest whisper of a thought. If this cosmic journey into the ultimate end of thought is as mind-bending for you as it is for me, then don't let the cosmic silence take over just yet. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing cosmic crew as we unravel the universe's deepest, most unsettling secrets. Your engagement fuels the quest for knowledge, even in the face of oblivion. We dream of escape. We envision consciousness uploaded, minds freed from the fragile shackles of flesh, soaring through digital realms, eternal. The promise of silicon immortality, of thought unbound, has captivated humanity. We imagine ourselves as pure information, a cascade of code, dancing outside the cruel grip of cosmic decay. But this, my friends, is the most seductive, yet ultimately tragic, of all human illusions. The universe's laws are not so easily cheated. The same unyielding principles that doom our biological forms, the same cosmic taxes and limits, apply with even greater brutality to pure information, to that hypothetical, digital consciousness. Code cannot conquer collapse. Consider the grand vision, a mind scanned, digitized, uploaded into a vast, distributed network of processors, your memories, your personality, your very sense of self, existing as patterns of electrical impulses, as configurations of data, a glorious escape from the heat and dust of the biological. No more aging, no more disease, no more fragile bodies, just pure, unadulterated thought, flowing across cosmic distances, perhaps even colonizing entire star systems, transforming them into colossal computational engines. This is the ultimate dream of the transhumanist, the final frontier for consciousness. But here's the cold, hard, unyielding truth. A digital consciousness, no matter how advanced, is still fundamentally a computational system. And every computation, every logical gate flip, every bit of information written, read, or erased is subject to the Landauer principle. It generates heat. It consumes free energy. No matter how perfectly engineered, how exquisitely optimized your silicon brain, it cannot escape the universe's fundamental tax on information. Imagine your uploaded self existing within a network of processors the size of a planet or even a galaxy. Every interaction between simulated neurons, every memory recalled, every new thought formed by combining existing data, every single decision that prunes possibilities is a physical process. It requires electrons to move, magnetic fields to flip, light pulses to travel. These are not ethereal, massless events. They are physical manipulations of matter and energy, and each of those manipulations, at its most fundamental level, contributes to the overall entropy of the system. It generates an irreducible minimum of heat. It's like trying to run a perpetual motion machine. You can build the most intricate, frictionless gears, but you can never escape the fundamental laws of thermodynamics. Similarly, you can build the most efficient quantum computer, But you can never escape the Landauer limit. It's the universe's unbreakable speed bump for consciousness. And this isn't just about the efficiency of computation. This is about the availability of the necessary conditions for computation. Remember the heat death? The universe eventually reaches a state of uniform, featureless equilibrium. No temperature differences, no pressure gradients, no free energy. In such a state, even the most basic physical prerequisites for computation vanish. Think about it. For your digital consciousness to function, you need electrons to move from a higher energy state to a lower one, creating current. You need photons to carry information. You need magnetic domains to flip. All of these processes rely on the existence of usable energy, on a difference in potential. But when the universe reaches maximum entropy, when it's a perfectly uniform, cold, dilute soup of elementary particles, those differences simply cease to exist. There's no up or down in energy terms, no hot or cold to drive a flow. Your galaxy-sized supercomputer, your cosmic brain, would simply cease to function, not because it broke or because its programming failed, but because the very fabric of reality around it would have become utterly inert. It would be like a magnificent, perfectly designed engine floating in a vacuum with no fuel, no air, and no gravitational field to turn a single gear. It just sits there, an exquisitely complex arrangement of atoms, utterly still, utterly silent, utterly dead. The very concept of a bit existing as a discernible state, a 1, distinct from a 0, depends on a difference, a gradient. In the heat death, those distinctions blur, then vanish. The universe becomes a single, undifferentiated 0 or 1, or perhaps more accurately, a meaningless static, a cosmic white noise where no signal can ever be discerned. The Bekenstein bound too haunts the digital dream. If all information is ultimately stored on boundaries, and those boundaries themselves are dissipating their energy, slowly, inexorably, then the very capacity to hold information diminishes over cosmic timescales. So the dream of digital immortality, of escaping the cosmic crucible through pure information, is a cruel mirage. It offers a promise it cannot keep, for it misunderstands the fundamental nature of computation itself. Consciousness, whether biological or digital, is a physical process, bound by the same relentless laws of thermodynamics that govern stars and galaxies. It requires an energetic spark, a gradient, a difference. And the universe, in its relentless march toward maximum entropy, is slowly, surely erasing those differences, grinding down to a state where even the faintest whisper of a thought becomes an impossibility. The silence will be absolute, the darkness profound, and the end will be not just for matter, but for meaning itself. If this descent into the ultimate fate of consciousness has resonated with you, if it sparked a flicker of cosmic dread or wonder, then don't let the void claim you just yet. Give this video a thunderous like, subscribe to the channel, and join our desperate quest to understand the universe before the lights go out for good. Your support keeps the cosmic strategist's mind churning, even as the entropy ticks on. We've journeyed through the Landauer principle, the universe's merciless tax on every thought, every erased bit of information. We've faced the Bekenstein bound, the cosmic hard drive limit in all knowledge, and we've confronted the heat death, the slow chilling march toward a universe of featureless, energetic uniformity. Now let's synthesize these chilling revelations, painting the ultimate, absolute zero of awareness, where entropy triumphs, and the very possibility of processing a single bit of information vanishes into an abyss of inert emptiness. Imagine the universe as a colossal, impossibly complex clock. Right now, it's ticking, gears grinding, springs unwinding, powered by the vast energy differences left over from the Big Bang. Stars burn, creating light and heat, galaxies whirl, pulling matter into dense structures. Life emerges, a delicate, intricate dance of chemical reactions, and consciousness, that miraculous self-aware computation, arises, fueled by the subtle energy gradients within our brains. This is a universe alive, vibrant, capable of thought. But every single one of those processes, every tick of the cosmic clock, is irreversible. It generates entropy. It disperses usable energy into unusable heat, spreading it out, making it less concentrated, less capable of doing work. The Landauer principle is the constant, relentless drain on that cosmic battery. Every thought, every memory, every calculation adds to the universe's overall disorder, pushing it closer to its final, uniform state. In the unimaginably distant future, billions upon billions of years from now, the clock will almost stop. The universe will have expanded to such an extent that galaxies will be isolated, receding faster than light. Their light never reaching each other. Stars, if any still exist, will be cold, dark remnants. Black holes, those ultimate devourers, will have slowly, glacially evaporated through Hawking radiation, leaving behind only the faintest whispers of elementary particles. And then, the final crushing blow. The temperature across the entire universe will become perfectly uniform. There will be no hot spots, no cold spots, no high energy, no low energy, no pressure differences, no chemical potential. Just an utterly flat, utterly featureless sea of particles, each one at the exact same, infinitesimally low energy level, hovering just above absolute zero. This is the ultimate triumph of entropy, the final, irreversible victory of disorder. In this state of perfect equilibrium, the universe becomes a thermodynamic desert. There is no free energy, and without free energy, no work can be done, and without work, no computation can occur. Not a single electron can be moved to flip a bit. Not a single photon can be emitted to carry information. The very distinction between on and off, 0 and 1, ceases to have any physical meaning. Consider the biological brain. It relies on electrochemical gradients, on ions flowing across membranes, on neurotransmitters binding to receptors. All of these are energy-driven processes. In a universe at heat death, those gradients are gone. The delicate dance of life, the intricate symphony of thought, simply stops. The neurons, though perhaps still physically present, would be inert, unable to fire, unable to connect, unable to think. Consider the digital consciousness. Its existence depends on the flow of electricity, the manipulation of quantum states, the transfer of information. But if the universe is at uniform temperature, if there are no energy differences to drive a current, then the circuits are dead. The quantum bits are frozen. The information, though perhaps still encoded in the physical arrangement of particles, is utterly inaccessible, unreadable, unchangeable. It's like having a book written in a language no longer spoken, on paper so brittle it crumbles at a touch, stored in a library where all light and sound have ceased. The information is, in practical terms, obliterated. This is the absolute zero of awareness, not a fiery apocalypse, but a quiet, eternal dissolution. Consciousness, whether biological or digital, is a complex pattern, a temporary, local decrease in entropy, an island of order in a sea of increasing disorder. But the universe is a relentless tide, and eventually, that tide will wash over every island, dissolving every pattern, erasing every distinction. The final triumph of entropy means the end of all complexity, all structure, all information processing. It's the ultimate erasure, not just of life, but of the very conditions for life, for thought, for awareness. The universe will become a vast, featureless, perfectly quiet grave, where even the echo of a memory is an impossibility. The silence will be eternal, the darkness absolute, and the reign of thought, of information, of consciousness will have ended not with a bang, but with the cold, uniform whisper of thermodynamic inevitability. This is the true end of thought. So here we are, at the precipice of the ultimate cosmic truth. Consciousness, in all its forms, is not eternal. It is a temporary, exquisite dance on the surface of a dying universe, subject to cosmic laws far grander and more unforgiving than we ever dared to imagine. The Landauer principle, the Bekenstein bound, the inexorable march of heat-death, these aren't just equations. They are the universe's final, chilling decree. What does it mean then to be conscious, to think, to love, to strive, to build? Knowing that one day the very possibility of awareness will simply vanish. Does it render our struggles meaningless, our triumphs hollow? Or does it imbue every flicker of thought with an unbearable, precious significance? Perhaps the fleeting nature of our awareness isn't a curse, but a cosmic gift, a brief, brilliant window of opportunity to experience, to create, to understand. Before the lights go out for good, we are the universe's temporary, self-aware moments, capable of contemplating our own inevitable demise. And in that contemplation, in that profound, terrifying awareness, perhaps lies our truest, most enduring purpose: to burn brightly, to think deeply, to question relentlessly, for as long as the cosmic battery allows. Tell me what you liked or disliked about this video. What do you think could be changed to make it better? I read every comment and will respond to every suggestion.